All right. Welcome everyone to the May 20th meeting of the Montachusett Metropolitan Planning Organization. Brian, please call the roll.
Okay, so I'm just calling the signatories here. Derek Schuster, representing Mass DOT Secretary and CEO Phil Ing.
Here.
Ian Sullivan, representing Mass DOT Highway Division, Administrator Jonathan Gulliver.
Here.
Mark Piamarini, Leominster.
Here.
Glenn Eaton, MRPC.
Here.
Abby Arpano, Subregion 2.
Here.
And Logan Bree, Subregion 3.
Here.
And let me just double check because people are still signing in to see if I missed any signatories.
You missed me.
I missed you, Liz Murphy, Fitchburg.
Here.
Okay, I think that's everyone. Thank you.
All right. Welcome everyone. The next item on the agenda is public comment. If there are any members from the public wishing to make comment at this time, please use the raise hand feature and wait to be called on. Not seeing any raised hands. If throughout the meeting anyone from the public does wish to make comment, just use that raise hand feature and wait to be called on. Next item on the agenda is approval of the meeting minutes from April 15th. Could I please have a motion and second to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second, Ian Sullivan.
I forgot to note these meeting minutes were sent in advance of today's meeting in accordance with open meeting law. Are there any recommended changes or revisions to the minutes? Seeing and hearing none, Brian, please call the roll.
Derek Schuster, Mass DOT.
Yes.
Ian Sullivan, Mass DOT Highway.
Yes.
Liz Murphy, Fitchburg.
Yes.
Mark Piamarini, Leominster.
Yes.
Glenn Eaton, MRPC.
Yes.
Abby Arpano, Subregion 2.
Yes.
And Logan Bree, Subregion 3.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Next item on the agenda, I believe, is Federal Fiscal Year 2026 to 2030 Transportation Improvement Program, review of any amendments or adjustments. Do we have any today, Brian?
We do not have any today.
Okay. That was easy. We'll move on to the next item, which is Federal Fiscal Year 27 to 31 Transportation Improvement Program.
Okay, so last month we sent our draft tip out for a public review and comment period. That comment period ended last Friday. So today, as we discussed last month, we'll be reviewing the comments that were received during the comment period, and ultimately we're looking for a motion to endorse the Federal Fiscal Year 2027 to 31 Transportation Improvement Program for the region. Additionally, we have two self-certifications. So I guess we can deal with that after we discuss the comments. But in the past, I've kind of reviewed the endorsement and the self-certifications, and we've handled that with one vote. But we can do three votes as well. It's up to the board. So first off, we have the comments. I mentioned the comment period closed last Friday. We received three in total official comments. Two of them were from the town of Air, and we received one from Mass DOT, the Office of Transportation Planning. The two from Air were very similar. There was one from the DPW director and one from the town administrator. We'll include these within the appendix of the final document. We'll also include this letter. These are in the handouts as well. I mentioned they're very similar from Air. Essentially, what they mention is in regards to Project 609227, which is the Air Road rehab on Route 2A and 111, Park Street and Main Street, right downtown. This is a high priority project. It's our highest evaluated project in the region. Like many projects, this had to move back. It was originally placed in 2029. We moved it back a year and split it between 2030 and 31. This all due to the fiscal constraint issues that we were dealing with this year. We saw a number of cost increases, and this, along with many other projects, moved back. So basically, they're acknowledging this. They're disappointed that it's moving back. I think that, in general, these communities put a lot of time and effort and money behind these projects, and the need is dire often. So it's disappointing to see this move back. We understand that. We have been communicating with the town of Air and our other communities that have seen projects move back throughout the process. So there's been a lot of back and forth. I think everyone has an understanding. However, Air would like to demonstrate um, their dedication to this project. Again, they mentioned that it is the highest ranked project. Similarly, the letter from the administrator kind of hit the same highlights. Basically, our response to that is more or less we agree. Their dedication is appreciated. We really appreciate all the updates we've received on behalf of AIR through either their design consultant or the town itself. We look forward to seeing this project being built. Anything could happen next year with this project or any other project. If there are opportunities to get them back on schedule, we'll certainly contact the town and try to pursue those. And in any event, another 8 months from now, we'll be looking at this list again, beginning the process all over again. Hopefully, we won't see some of the same issues as we did this go around with the cost increases, but things are always changing. But yeah, I would like to acknowledge AIR and their dedication to this project. Certainly, the reason why this project moved back was not due to any, design status delays or anything like that. It was just purely fiscal constraint. So this comment will be included in the appendix of the final version of the tip. Additionally, the last comment we received on the comment period was from Mass DOT Office of Transportation Planning. Thankfully, we're thankful that they go through this in every document that we do in detail. There's a lot of information that we're required to have within, and Office of Transportation Planning has been great at kind of making sure we have all the T's crossed and everything like that. So they came up with a number of more or less minor edits that we'll make in the final version. So we're thankful for that. Like I said, there's a lot of information besides just the project list that we detail with this group and the JTC as well. So thankful for that. So again, these are the comments that were made during the comment period. We also reviewed this. The JTC has been along with the process, getting updates. We discussed this last week at the JTC meeting. We had not had the comments at that point, so we did not review the comments with that group. However, the JTC does recommend to the MPO that you endorse at today's meeting. So with that being said, that's ultimately what we're looking for a motion to do. And additionally, we have 2 self-certifications with this document. I think probably what I should do is just kind of go over exactly what our requirements are here. What you see here, first off, is our endorsement. All of our documents are endorsed by the MPO, tip amendments, everything like that. Typically, you don't see these in the handouts, but what happens after we take that vote is we send this off to our signatory. Phil Ing, the Secretary and CEO of Mass DOT, is our chair, or somebody on behalf of him signs this, and then it's official. So this is what the endorsement page looks like. I mentioned the 2 self-certifications. One's on the federal side, one's on the state side. Here is the federal requirement that we're supposed to have. This is a self-certification of the 3C transportation planning process. This essentially is saying that all of our major documents support each other and that we followed standards set out by federal law. So a lot of the details are listed in this official certification. Staff has reviewed this. We're cognizant of all the requirements, all the certifications, and we confirm that we're within compliance of this federal certification. The last one that we have is a state certification related to the Global Warming Solution Act requirements for the transportation sector and the Massachusetts Department of Transportation. So this will certify that the federal fiscal year 2027 to 31 transportation improvement program and air quality conformity determination for the 2024 to 2050 long-range transportation plan for the Montachusett Metropolitan Planning Organization is in compliance with all applicable requirements in the state regulation, Global Warming Solutions Act requirements for the transportation sector, and Massachusetts Department of Transportation. Within this state certification, we do greenhouse gas analysis on all our applicable projects. We report that within this document. This is certifying that basically we've fulfilled those obligations. So again, staff has reviewed this. We are within compliance, and we do recommend certifying. So again, we're looking for a motion to endorse and certify.
Brian, and I just wanted to address one of the comments that you received from Town of Air. We appreciate seeing that towns are working, and as Brian noted with the fiscal constraint concerns and the reasoning there, I just want to encourage any communities on the call listening. If you have projects you're designing for TIP programming and you are on the TIP, a lot can change in a year. Please stay on top of your project's design. So, one person's loss might be your gain, so to speak. We want to see projects advance in a timely manner, and stuff always happens, as this board is very well attuned to when it comes to projects. Thank you again for your presentation, Brian. Are there any questions about the TIP as presented? Seeing and hearing none, could we please have a motion and second to endorse the TIP as well as the multiple certifications in the document as presented?
So moved, Dan
I-
Sullivan.
I'll second that, Liz Murphy.
Thank you. Motion's been made and seconded. Brian, please call the roll.
Okay, Derek Schuster, Mass DOT.
Yes, and great work.
Ann Sullivan, Mass DOT Highway.
Yes.
Liz Murphy, Fitchburg.
Yes.
Mark Pamarini, Leominster.
Yes.
Glenn Eaton, MRPC.
Yes.
Abby Arpano, Subregion 2.
Yes.
Logan Bree, Subregion 3.
Yes.
And now I see Brian Keating, Subregion 4.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And I'd like to thank Mass DOT with all, they've provided a lot of information to us for us to be able to put this list together in the document. And the communities too. We've gotten a lot of good information on their projects. I'm sorry to see some of these projects move back, but hopefully next year we don't deal with as many hurdles. And thank you for all the updates throughout the process. And thank you all for listening to these updates over the last 4 or 5 months or so.
All right. Well, we will move on. The next item on the agenda is the Federal Fiscal Year 2027 Unified Planning Work Program. Is this Grace?
It's me.
Go
Yep.
ahead, Sherry.
Thank you. So we have our FY27 Unified Planning Work Program draft, which staff have been working on over the last 5 or 6 months or so. It's ready to be released for a 21-day public comment period. This document will basically determine what MRPC or MPO staff will be working on over the next fiscal year. So over the last couple months, we have reviewed various components of this document, both at the MJTC and the MPO meetings. Things such as project solicitation to our communities, details regarding individual tasks, as well as the budget. So we'll keep it pretty brief for today. I feel like we've kind of hammered a lot of the key components of the document over the past couple months, but in the past we've kind of released this document alongside the Transportation Improvement Plan, but this year we are waiting to hear regarding some funding requests, so we delayed the release a month, so that's why we're staggered with the TIP. So the TIP's all set, and now we're focused on UPWP. And it actually worked out well because we just last week heard from MassDOT that our requests were approved, so we were able to incorporate those funds into our final draft budget prior to this meeting, which is great. The funding requests was to use our deobligated funds, which are basically the funds that were left over from previous years. The state allows us to request to use those funds for special projects with approval. So we got that approval, and we had requested $128,000 from that funding pot. And we are going to be using the funding to hire a traffic counting consultant for our data collection program, as well as to hire a consultant for like outreach and related items for the regional transportation plan update. And on the budget, those are the ones that are highlighted. So they're highlighted just to indicate that that dollar amount includes the deobligated funding that we had requested and received. So I think that's kind of all I had. Just wanted to, touch upon the budget change. And I think that was it for this meeting. But does anyone have any questions at this point? You're obviously welcome to review, welcome and encouraged to review the full document, which was provided. And then, provide feedback or comments during the comment period as well, if you don't have anything today.
Great. I assure you,
Yeah,
MassDOT will
just-
review. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, just so the I'm sorry if I missed something, Sherry, here, but this is not including the road safety audits that are coming under that road safety for all program, Safe Roads for All.
If I may, yeah, Brian, that is separate. So we are working on applying for a grant through that program for the road safety audit. So yeah, that would not be reflected on this work program. This is another federally required document of an MPO to have this, document endorsed. Basically, this is what staff will be working on next year. The road safety audits, hopefully we get funded for that. That's separate. We'll be hiring a consultant for that. But yeah, that's separate, Brian.
Okay, great. No, that was the first thing that came to mind because we do have an intersection there that would be very key to a new development here in town. So I'd be looking, to be as up to date on those road safety audit grant application as possible. Okay, thanks, Brian, and thank you, Sherry.
Good question.
Yeah, and feedback like that, say that the SS4A grant isn't successfully received when applied for, but it's still work that you think should be baked into the scope of the UPWP task list. That might be an item under 3.2 safety planning that there's probably some language about that upon your review, if you think it's sufficient or could be modified slightly just in case you can make a good plan better.
Yeah, we actually did kind of modify that safety planning task this year to kind of be able to provide more staff support for a lot of the SS4A work. So it does get tied in. But
Great.
Can I ask another question? So,
Yeah.
Sherry, can you explain a little bit more about 2.0, 2.6 regional bike and ped plan update? What does that entail?
Sure. So 5 years ago or so, we had created a regional bike and ped plan. I think it was our first, with, guidance from MassDOT. They had suggested that this was a document that would be helpful, so we had put it into our work program, 5 years ago or so. And then, every 5 years we try to update a lot of these types of plans. So we're coming up on that 5-year update. Basically, I'll take our existing document and do some, public outreach and make sure that our data is still correct and future plans are still, correct. And just basically, it's just an update to the document, but we are going to be doing a lot of outreach to our communities just to make sure that what's included in their component is up to date, so that if there's any funding requests that you're going to go after, you'll have, the most up-to-date document that you can reference.
All right, so this would include our complete streets and what was the other grant that creates and maintains multimodal pathways and bike paths and recreational other modes of transportation.
Yeah, I think like your complete streets prioritization plan would be a great reference to use for future planning for future projects that would incorporate bike and ped.
Yeah. So for towns that are looking to increase their tourism, this is a key component of that, I think, and I'd like to keep abreast of this as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, we definitely want to incorporate that. I'm sure we'll be talking about this once this program starts, in the
Mhm.
fall. We'll be, talking about when we're doing outreach meetings and, updating the MPO and the JTC as it progresses. So
Yeah,
we
okay.
should be kept in the loop.
Now, I don't know if this is if I could have one more comment, or I'm not sure if it's a question. I know that we are talking to a developer who is potentially doing something up near the D'Ambrosia Eye Care, where there was the MART station or the MART bus stop, and then it wasn't, but now there's discussions about it being perhaps back there, which would be beneficial to that potential development. Is that involved in this work plan at all, or identifying those? Is that come under technical assistance to MART?
Yeah, a lot of the time, Mart will we can help with updating their route maps
Mhm.
or help with planning, where their routes might go. That's exactly what the technical assistance would fall under. And that's definitely a question. I wish Mart was on today. I just try to look and I don't see them. Usually they usually have a representative attend, so maybe that would be a
Mhm.
question that you could ask them for sure. I'm sure they
Yeah.
could tell you an update on that. But yeah, if there's a project like that going in and Mart asks us to, help analyze something or determine if the SOP should be included, we can include that in that task.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Other questions for Sherry on the draft 27 Unified Planning Work Program? All right, seeing and hearing none, could we please have a motion and second to release the draft Montachusett UPWP for FY27 for 21-day public comment?
So moved.
I'll second.
Eric, I think you might be frozen.
Brian, please call the roll.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I
maybe you
thought
weren't
you heard
frozen,
me.
but
I'm
you were
sorry.
silenced. Yeah.
Yeah, I was waiting.
All right. Derek Schuster, Mass DOT.
Yes.
Ann Sullivan, Mass DOT Highway.
Yes.
Liz Murphy, Fitchburg.
Yes.
Mark Pamarini, Leominster.
Yes.
Glenn Eaton, MRPC.
Yes.
Abby Arpano, Subregion 2.
Yes.
Logan Bree, Subregion 3.
Yes.
And Brian Keating, Subregion 4.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. We'll send out an email with a link to this document. It is in the handouts already, but that public comment period will be from this coming Friday, the 22nd, through June 12th. And then we'll come back at the June meeting and review comments and vote to endorse. So thank you.
We'll move on to the next item from the agenda, which is the Safety Action Plan Addendum.
Okay, and I can take this. Okay, so last month I mentioned that Federal Highway issued another funding opportunity through the Safe Streets for All program. This is the same program that we created our safety action plan for the Montachusett region. The MPO endorsed that last October. The main part of that plan is listing projects which are now eligible for funding through this program. MART has expressed an interest in attaining money for advanced pedestrian alert systems. They'd like to apply for a grant. Basically, this technology improves bus transit safety, uses sensors and warning signals to detect pedestrians and help prevent collisions. So this is something they'd be installing on their buses. They'd like funding to this program, but it will need to be amended or addended into the plan. So this is what we're proposing. Chapter 8 of this document shows proven safety countermeasures. By adding this in, we believe that it will qualify their project for funding through the Safe Streets for All program. So this just basically mentions a little bit about the technology. Again, this would be installed on buses. It's basically a warning system. There's a lot of blind spots on buses. It also collects data, which would be helpful in obtaining additional grants through other programs. So again, we are recommending this addendum onto the safety action plan for the Montachusett region.
Thank you, Brian. Are there any questions on the proposed safety action plan addendum?
Is this a new section or is this a redlined section?
No, this will be a new addition.
Yeah, okay.
So basically, in order to qualify for funds, it must be listed on a safety action plan.
Yeah.
So that's basically what we're doing here. We're just adding this technology into our plan, and that should qualify them for funds.
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
Other questions? Could we please have a motion and second to endorse the proposed addendum?
So moved.
Second, Aunt Sullivan.
Brian, please call the roll.
Derek Schuster, Mass DOT.
Yes.
Ian Sullivan, Mass DOT Highway.
Yes.
Liz Murphy, Fitchburg.
Yes.
Mark Pamarini, Leominster.
Yes.
Glenn Eaton, MRPC.
Yes.
Abby Arpano, Subregion 2.
Yes.
Logan Bree, Subregion 3.
Yes.
And Brian Keating, Subregion 4.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Best of luck to Mart. Hopefully you can attain some of these funds. A lot of work went into the plan. It would be nice to see some projects being built. So thank you, everyone.
Great. Next item, I believe, is updates. We'll start with MassDOT District 2. Daryl?
Sure, good afternoon. So let's see here. We have, I just lost my screen here. There we go. Okay, so in 2028 with project 612151. This is Athol Bridge Replacement, Main Street over G&W Railroad. We're at 25%. The bridge type selection worksheet was received in November 25. Review was completed on the 26th. And the 25% design submission was received in March 12th. The review period closed on April 15th, and we're awaiting utility coordination and scheduling a design public hearing for that. Next, we have project 613141. This is Athol Orange Bridge Replacement, Logan Road over the east branch of the Tully River. This is a statewide program now. We're at pre-25%. The bridge type selection worksheet was received on April 21st. It's currently under review, and the comment period closes tomorrow. With 25% design submission is due on June 8th. Next, we have 608415. This is Athol intersection improvements at 2A and Brookside Road. This is currently at 25% design. The virtual design public hearing was held on March 24th, and the 75% submission is due on August 10th this year. And that's all I have for now.
Questions for District 2? All right. Thanks, Daryl. We'll move on to
Thank you.
Ann or Sarah from District 3.
Yep. First project in 2026, 609213 Harvard, resurfacing and box widening on Air Road. That project is at PS&E. The right-of-way plans are approved. The town is working on finalizing the right-of-way, acquiring the right-of-way. 612883. This is Harvard Lancaster, Jackson Road over the Nashua River, a bridge replacement project. That project is at 75%. The 100% are due in mid-June. That actually was amended onto FY 2027. And then 612895, Fitchburg, a Safe Routes to School project, improvements at Memorial Middle School. That project is at 25%. The 75% are due this month. 609411, Fitchburg, Twin City Rail Trail. That is a advanced construction project. It was advertised last year, and that is under construction now.
Questions for District 3? All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brian, go ahead.
Sure. Just thank you, Ann. So the Jackson Road Bridge, you said that that's 75%. I'm just making sure I heard exactly what you said. So 75% are due in June, and construction, if everything goes accordingly in the design, will be scheduled in 20 calendar year 28?
So that was moved, amended onto, or moved on to 2027. It's at 75%.
Oh, it
now.
is at 75. Okay.
The 100% are due in
100% are due.
mid-June.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. All right.
No right of way on that one, but there is quite a bit of environmental permitting. I don't have the add date, but I imagine that it would be, yeah, to be under construction in 28.
In 28. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
If there are no other questions, we'll move on to transit updates. Is anyone from MART on?
I don't believe so.
Okay. If there's no MART updates, we'll move on to Montachusett JTC.
Okay, JTC met last week. We have just sent out new appointment forms to all planning boards and select boards and cities. So we ask each community to appoint 2 members. So those went out. We're in the process of determining our officers for the term of July 1st, 2026 through June 30th of 2027. As I mentioned before, we've been in the process of reviewing all these MPO documents. We'll continue that. We'll start to bring some additional materials of interest to that group, hopefully spark some discussions now that we're basically working our way through our required document phase of the year. Next meeting will be on June 10th at 2:30.
Thank you, Brian. Any questions for Brian or the JTC? All right. And finally, Montachusett Regional Planning Commission updates. Glenn?
Other than we have a new employee coming on June 8th, Kat Waugh. She'll be in the Planning Development Department. I have no other updates. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
All right.
Just one addition, our latest grant opportunity list. We've been providing this every month. This was updated May 5th. Planning Development Department puts this together. It's relevant to many of our communities. A lot of these may be useful, so all these updated links and everything like that. It's in the handouts. Feel free to use it as a resource. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Glenn. I think next item on the agenda is administrative matters. When is our next MPO meeting?
That'd be June 17th at 1 o'clock. And at that meeting, we'll be reviewing comments on our work program and voting to endorse.
Okay. Any other business or administrative matters from the board at this time? All right. Seeing and hearing none, could I please have a motion and second to adjourn?
So move.
Second, Montgomery.
All right. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Nays? Any abstentions? All right. This meeting's adjourned. Everyone have an excellent rest of your day. Stay cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brian.
Have a good one.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.